Hi, Leo, my ascendant brothers and sisters. Welcome to your Q1 tarot reading with me, Raphael. I just want to say a massive thank you so much for continuing to be a subscriber, and I truly appreciate you. If you are new to my channel, you know Rafi loves you, and if you haven't yet, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. So before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with the forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. And they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So we're going to start with the shuffles. So I'm going to shuffle these so that they are ready to go, and we can pick your cards when we need them. So I did say that there would be lots of different stuff, lots of rebooted stuff, things that I was replacing, things that I'm phasing out. I love switching it up and keeping it fresh and funky, not just for you guys, but also for myself. And also just to see kind of, you know, what's really working and what sort of isn't, I guess. So I'm going to give these a shuffle and get started. So for your first one out, so what we're looking at here is your triplet. So for this, bam, straight out. So for this triplet, you've got the sun, you've got the world, and you've got the Page of Cups. I mean, you know, I might as well just switch the video off now. It's not going to get much better than that, is it really? I mean, look, this is you over the next 3 months, Leo. You are coming into a much more powerful, a much stronger sense of yourself. Remember, even though the Sun card in tarot just represents the sun is your ruling luminary. So you have a really powerful connection to this card. The Sun coupled with the World card is speaking to this idea that not only is something illuminated to you from within, but you come into an understanding of your personal and your innate power, which I absolutely love. But it's also like you come to this conclusion that you're already perfect, whole and complete, as you already are. Now, that's the truth for every single human being. It's just that the world tries to convince us otherwise. However, you know, that's why I do the work that I do, because I'm always trying to remind people of their true essence, of their true nature. But I love this for you because it's not only a stronger sense of self or a more palpable sense of your personal power, it's you starting to really rely on the deep intuitive being that you actually are. Leo is a very psychic sign. Remember, your sign, you know, what is a lion? It's a big cat. Cats are very, very intuitive. So I love this for you. What I also really love about it is it's highlighting to you or illuminating the communities that are going to be a part of your creative endeavors moving forward. This is probably going to look different to what you expect it to be. It might not be the people that you expect it to be, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? What or who is for you will be for you. What or who is not for you won't be for you, right? If it works, then it's clearly for you, and if it doesn't, it's not. There's no hard feelings about anything here. I love this. Like, what a way. Like, this next 3 months, I think is a rediscovery of self in a way that you just haven't seen for a long time. So in terms of your months ahead, so January, you've got the Magician card, right? So you got to listen, Leo, don't sleep on this, right? You need to be making stuff happen. You got to dig deep into your personal vault. You got to start getting back into and acquainted with your personal power. January is going to remind you that you truly are in charge and in control. And it's also going to remind you that your voice, your unique version and sense of self is powerful and needs to be expressed, worked with, or even commanded in some way, shape or form. Like, the things that you're speaking about or saying this month are probably going to ripple throughout the rest of this year. No pressure. All right, so as we come into February, you've got the Hanged Man, right? So the first thing that I want to say to you here is slow and steady is going to win the race. while everybody else is out there, you know, gearing up for March and, you know, doing all the rest of it, your month of February is likely to be a lot slower. It's possible that there are going to be delays or hold-ups with things that you're trying to get off the ground, and yet the message is don't rush it, don't force it, don't push it. Just do what you need to do. Keep your head down, stay focused. When it comes to your the other thing about February, the Hanged Man is a decidedly spiritual card, right? And, you know, I'm going to show you something in a minute that's really screaming at me. And that's why I'm getting mixed up in my words, because my brain's like, talk about this! And I can hear my intuition like, yes, listen to the brain! And then there's another part of me that's like, we need to keep this in a logical sequence, guys. Sometimes it gets a little busy in here. Yeah, but come on. With the Hanged Man, slow and steady wins the race. Reassessment, reevaluation. If you're going to be doing any sort of a reboot, a restart or a refresh, February is the time to start it. Because this is a very deeply spiritual card as well, the message behind it is to take your time. You have all of the energy shift, right? You have all of the time that you need in order to enact everything that you want to enact, right? And then finally, for March, you have the Hierophant card. It's very interesting that you should get this card here because Taurus, I think it was Taurus or Gemini actually, had this same card in this position. Different deck, obviously. Now, when it comes to March is a packed astrological month. Everybody knows this at this point. We've all got, you know, certainly the astrological world has a big eye on March because there's a lot of big things happening in such a concentrated sort of portion of time. Now, if you really want to smash the month of March, you're going to have to be super organized, right? And I'm not talking about that let me kind of wing it and have like a rough plan like Leo sometimes likes to do. Not me, trust me. My days of living like that are long over. In fact, the older I get, the more I start to morph into my Virgo sort of self. It's quite interesting. And, you know, to be fair, being a business owner tends to sharpen you in that way. You realise that actually you can't wing it. You've got too much to do. But seriously, March is going to require a new level of commitment, a different level of organization, and it's also going to require a brand new way of organizing all of the things that you're doing. Now, the thing that I wanted to point out to you here is the Magician card and the Sun card have a connection. I'm not going to go into why, it's too long to explain. The Hanged Man and the World card also have a connection, and so what this tells me is January and February in particular are very pivotal months of planning and execution. You really don't have time to waste here, Leo. All right, so that's your month's overviews. Now let's have a look at your life sectors. For your actions and options, you've got the Page of Swords. Be careful of spinning your wheels, right? At the moment, you're probably watching this and you're like, fuck yes, I'm so excited. That's how I am at the moment. I'm like a kid in a sweet shop because I'm like, oh my God, there's so many good things happening. There's so many possibilities. It's all going to be amazing. Da, 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 da. Like this Page of Swords is saying slow your roll. Cross your T's, dot your I's, go back to the drawing board. It's so funny that this should come up here, you know, as well, because literally just this morning, I sat and wrote myself out like a proper detailed schedule of what to do and when, because I was like, oh my God, I've got so much to do and I'm so excited to do all of it. But in all truth, you're not going to be able to do everything at once. So you're going to have to sequence it in the right way. So instead of spinning your wheels, get a good plan in place. Cross your T's, dot your I's, and then slowly but surely continue to work at it, hammer and tongs. When it comes to your communications and conversations, you've got the 8 of Cups. So there might be some parting of ways over the next 3 months. It's very possible that there could be, I won't go as far as to say arguments. I will say that there could be some professional distances that are put in place It could be that there are friendships that you decide, you know, maybe aren't going to be as tight or as close anymore. They might fizzle out naturally, right? It might not necessarily be decided like, I don't want to be your friend anymore. It may just be a natural progression. But it's possible that there could be some parting of ways over this next 3 months. Now, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, your studies are taking you in new and exciting directions, but they are requiring you to show up with a brand new set of actions. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, doesn't necessarily mean that you're not necessarily getting fired. I do see a lot of you going into a different position of some sort though, and it will be one that's higher than the position that you're currently in. So there's some kind of big movement or shift or change in your work environment. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is you in fact, not even potentially, just with the combination of cards that's come up already. What I actually really like about this is you getting really discerning about what you are going to do and what you're not going to do. And it's not like oh no, I'm not doing that. It's not you being a diva, Leo. This is just you saying, you know what, it's a great opportunity, but actually I've already got enough on my plate. So if I add this to it, I'm probably not going to be able to deliver my best. In fact, what I like about this, especially he says with his Leo rising, is I feel like this is Leo finally learning to say no to what really isn't aligned or working, so that you can focus on delivering the best of what you are doing. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you're getting rid of the FOMO, all right? And really do get rid of the FOMO. When it comes to your, those of you that are retired and no longer working, this will be some kind of spontaneous journey or travel that comes up out of the blue. When it comes to your love and relations, if you are partnered, married, or in a long-term commitment, your partner's finances or resources could be going through the roof at this point. That could be some really welcome news. It's also possible with the King of Pentacles that your job and or promotion or elevation may create some need to have some serious talks around the relationship. The relationship as a whole, though, with the King of Pentacles is great. I think it's just, at the moment, it's very focused on the material side of things. When it comes to those of you that are single, you could be meeting or connecting with an earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. This person's likely to be older than you, very well established, very settled in themselves. They don't need anything from you, but they definitely take a shining to you. What's not to love? And then finally, for your money and materials, I also wanted to mention, remember you can get your personal tarot video recorded for just you. It's just like a YouTube video, only more in depth, and you get 3 personal questions that you can ask for specific details on. Now, for your money and materials, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. What you're building over the next 3 months is going to feed directly into you making and collecting big paychecks later on. You have to get this next quarter or this first quarter right, Leo. All right. And that's not to say right by my standards or anybody else's. You'll know exactly what you need to do. Whatever the case might be. Slow and steady is going to win the race. And remember, whatever you are being given as a task, whatever resources are coming in at the moment, it's not for you to spend and fritter away. It's for you to really focus on enhancing and building everything that you have. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, your knees in particular, I want you to really be very careful with. Make sure you're doing, your stretches and your exercises and all of that good stuff. Especially if you're on like a weight loss journey or even a weight gain journey or whatever, slow and steady is going to win the race. All right, don't rush it. You've got time for everything. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, this first quarter is really about you building the resources that you need to enhance your home and your property. I wouldn't be surprised as well for some of you, like if you are planning a strategic move at this time. And then finally, your key to the next 3 months is the gate 53 and opening. You can hear the smile in my voice. This is opportunities and blessings on opportunities and blessings. This is opportunities that open. It's like a door literally opens for you over the next 3 months, and the universe says, okay, if the world becomes your oyster, what is it that your heart really requires and desires? That's the question, right? It's really up to you what you do with it and what opportunities you take. What opportunities, remember this, and I'm not saying this to bring the mood down, I'm saying it because I want you to take full advantage of everything that is available to you, right? Whatever you say yes to, you have to say no to something else. Be discerning, right? Check in with your intuition. Does this feel good to me? Am I going to be able to deliver? Do I have the time to do it all? If yes, go for it. If no, decline, right? Take only the opportunities that you know are going to lead to something, because it's going to be slow and steady that wins the race. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic Q1. Take care, and I'll see you for the next one. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up.